Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Barra in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is a Monday morning news update. There is no Jen today, but there might be Gentel, but there's no Jen because Jen is on vacation because she hates us. She just doesn't like any of us, and she's only pretending, and she really doesn't want to be here, so she's not here. Now, Jen's taking a well-deserved vacation. It's her birthday week, so let's all wish her a happy, healthy, and fun vacation so she can relax and get back to us as soon as she can, because we all know that it's not the same without her. As much as we love doing this show, as much as we love and appreciate her in each and every way, I mean, it's just not the same. I mean, I'm awesome, but Jen is Jen. By the way, yeah, I'm wearing my UFO Park shirt today. All right, so let's get straight into it. We'll do a quick news update, maybe take a few questions, see if we can answer them. I can't tell you where your keys are that you lost. I can't tell you whether your kids are going to have a safe vacation in Italy. I can't do the stuff that she does, but I can answer any other questions about anything else that I know anything about. Also, a little later today, don't forget, over on my Seahawk Boys TV channel, there will be a Seahawks video. I've been enjoying doing these. I appreciate some of you guys coming over, and please get over there. Before we get to the end of the show, I will try to get over there and show you guys what to look for when you get there. Okay, so let me just do one more thing so we can get all of our plugs in here later. Okay, thanks for being here, and let's move on. All right, a little bit earlier yesterday, there was an update from Nader from the Middle East. Now, Mark knows Nader pretty well. I don't really like him that much, but Mark likes him, and Mark seems to trust him, and he does seem to have some contacts. So let's just take a look at what he had to say. It's a short video, relatively short, and it's about the deletion of the 3 zeros. That means that they put a rate in, let's say, their budget, their publicly published budget, and the rate is, I don't know, 0.00076 like it is now. If they delete the 0.00076, if they delete the 3 zeros, it becomes 76 cents, and we're all in the money, those of us that have dinar. So let's see what he has to say about what's going on, and we will take a look. I'm going to make me little, and we're going to listen to Nader from the Middle East. Hopefully, let me get the closed captioning on. We'll turn the closed captioning on because that helps understand him sometimes because his accent is fairly thick. All right, let's go. Nader from the Middle East from yesterday. And there's no sound.
Last night we did the video with the freedom fighter, a girl named freedom fighter. Really nice, really good girl and a cool girl, and beautiful too, and pimpy. And we have, we laughed a little bit. I wish we can stream it on YouTube. Pimpy is gonna publish it, and then I'm gonna publish it. They can publish it. But it was fun. We were like on for 1 hour talking and joking, and talking about the dinar, talking about a lot of things about Nasara or whatever. Nasara, which I don't know nothing about it. A lot of people's calling me since last Thursday and asking me, hey, we heard in the exchange rate will change on Monday. I tell you the truth, I have no idea. I didn't see anything, about Monday. I see good news, really good news. I believe, with all this going on, there should be, like I told you before, they should go for it. I think, they're ready. But I don't know when. I don't know why not. I don't know, like nothing. Some people saying Monday, some people saying this month, before the end of the month. We're ready the end of the month. Some people saying in May, some people saying in July. I mean, it's all prediction, and it's all like, I wish it can happen now, today. Anyway, shout to everybody, shout to Pepe, shout to Freedom Fighter, she's my neighbor. I met her many times. She's a really good girl. I talked to her many times. She's very smart, very sensitive. Stop crying. She'd be talking and start crying for nothing. Very good guys. So listen, we see what happened tomorrow morning. Not even tomorrow morning. If they said Monday morning, tonight at 9 o'clock, you should check it out. They said they're gonna change no forex. Listen. I'm just saying, it's not sure. I got the news from like 2 or 3 peoples. I got news from a guy who his family owns banks, for real though. That's what. Listen, when I say for real, that's the way people tell you, and then you just like transmit, pass the message, and I think it's true. Why he's gonna lie to me? I don't know. So let's watch it. What's going on between tonight and tomorrow morning? All right, Nader from Middle East, and I'll talk to you later, guys.
Okay, thank you, Nader from the Middle East. Yeah, we're out of here. Okay, so that's Nader from the Middle East, and let's recap what he said. What he said essentially is he was hearing a rumor yesterday that today they were going to announce a new rate and put it on the forex. So it is Monday here. It is still Monday in Baghdad, not for much longer, but the day he heard is Monday, and it could be referring to the United States market. So it's still Monday here for quite a few more hours. Uh, about what, another 14 hours here. So let's wait and see what happens. It's a possibility. He heard it, he said, from 3 relatively solid sources, 3 solid sources that had no reason to lie to him that the rate change is going to be today. And of course, once there's a public rate change in Iraq, then everything can go forward from there. All right. So we have that information. That's a juicy tidbit. Hasn't happened yet. Disappointing not to wake up to it, but, pretty much par for the course every day here. So before I went on the show, I asked Jen if she had any updates for us, if she talked to Gabe and Mike. And Jen is here. She's in the chat. Hello, Jen. We love you. All of us love you. I was just teasing you earlier. And so we checked. So she checked in and she came back with an update. Now, remember, her update on Monday was there's a 2-week delay, a fortnight. It will be a fortnight, is what I think Gabriel told her. That would put it out from last Monday. That puts it out to the 6th of May is when it is scheduled to start. So we're Iraq to go early right now, 7 days into that. Today, that doesn't really change things up. And the question is, what exactly is that? I forget. I don't remember if that was them announcing or that's us getting our calls and making our appointments. I don't know. But if Iraq were to put a rate out today on Monday, delete the 3 zeros rate even, rather than 341 or 372 or $16, whatever rate they put out, it would start that ball rolling. And next Monday would be a good time for us to start making our appointments. So that's where we stand. That's where we stand. But Jen went in and looked, and she said the delay schedule still stands. That means next Monday. Money is moving, but not in our tier. Bond people's payments, the 1% payment is going on. Now, remember, this is where they give you a 1% fiat loan out of your treasury account because they can't give you gold back money because the United States isn't using gold back money yet. To make it clear, I told her I might be able to get a confirmation on that later today. I will be listening to my bond guy and see if he gets any inkling of a 1% payment today. That would be very exciting because it would mean we are moving. She said, I see something like waiting on confirmation of receipt of bonds from other countries taking more time than it should. So these are bonds that are being exchanged in other countries. It's taking more time than it should. So the delay is still on for our tier, meaning movement the week of May 6th. So that is about where we are in terms of Jen, and Nader's hearing something a little bit different. Now, one other thing did happen. I'd like to thank somebody I can't thank publicly for giving this to me, and it did show up in the in the Telegram channel yesterday. Yesterday, the DTCC put out a document, And that document is pretty interesting. For those of you who don't know, the DTCC is a Depository Trust Clearinghouse Corporation. It is a exchanger of funds. It's part of the old system. It is also where your birth certificate bond is held with accepted for value stamped on it and all kinds of other stuff, along with all the other bonds of all the other living Americans. It's held at the DTCC, the Depository Trust Clearinghouse Corporation. So they have to get involved because when somebody says, well, I want to print $1 billion out of Mike Barra's birth certificate bond trust to give to Ukraine so I can get, launder the money back into my own pocket. DTCC has to approve that transaction. They have to go through that transaction and make sure that that money gets moved and make sure that the value of my bond is sufficient. That's how the current system works. The current system, of course, is under extreme pressure right now and is on the brink of collapsing. BRICS people are now making more and more moves to make asset-backed currencies, and there'll probably be a BRICS coin at some point, which is just a conglomerate, like the euro conglomerate currency that will incorporate the value of all the BRICS nations. If they did that, that would pretty much break the US petrodollar. But the DTCC put out a statement yesterday, which is actually quite interesting. Let me go to a different, let me go to this one so you can read it a little better. So the Depository Trust Clearance Corporation announces changes to collateral haircuts, rules out crypto ETFs. It says, okay, the DTCC announced that the Depository Trust Company, which is a subdivision, DTC, as part of the annual renewal of the line of credit facility, will implement the following changes to modify collateral value for certain securities. Now, if you don't know what a security is, it is a bunch of financial instruments grouped together. I think it's a minimum of 4. 1960, the year 1960, let's say that's somebody's birth year. Everybody born in 1960 is collected into a security, which it's a trust. They probably call it 1960. In fact, you used to be able to go to the Fidelity Investment website, Fidelity Magellan, and type in, do a mutual fund search and say, type in 1960, and it would come up and it would say, $11 billion was the value. So the people born in 1960 were all worth $11 billion times 10 because there's 10 Federal Reserve branches, 10 Federal Reserve territories. And you had an account at each of them. That was your value. So anyway, that's what a security is. It's a combination of financial instruments. I think it's a minimum of 4, which may affect the value of positions applied to the collateral monitor. Number 1, collateral valuation for corporate notes or bonds rated B1 to B3, which is just some value they give to your corporate bonds, will be updated to use a haircut value of 70%, up from 50%. Number 2, no collateral value will be given for any ETF or other investment vehicle that includes Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency as an underlying investment, and hence will be subject to a 100% haircut. All right. What the hell is an ETF? Well, let's slide over and take a look at the definition of ETF. An ETF, or exchange traded fund, is a type of investment security that tracks a basket of assets, such as index, sector, commodity, or other assets. ETFs are traded on a stock exchange like regular stocks, and they allow investors to diversify their portfolio and access specific markets or strategies. ETFs are similar to mutual funds, but they typically have lower fees and more liquidity, meaning it's a fund that can invest in just about any kind of security or asset. Okay, so if we go back to what the DTCC said, we can actually go to the actual document here. Here's the actual document. Let me make sure that's sharing. Okay. It says no collateral value will be given for any ETF or other investment vehicle that includes Bitcoin. Okay, so what they're saying is if you are in basically an exotic rich people's mutual fund, that's what ETFs really are, and you have Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency as an underlying investment, you'll be subject to a 100% haircut. So, what the hell does that mean? Well, first of all, the key word here is underlying. What is the definition of underlying in this context? Does it mean it's 50% of the ETF assets? It's 5%? It's 100%? Or it's only like 1%? In other words, if you have any cryptocurrency at all in your ETF, does that mean you'll be subject to a 100% haircut? Really, really good question. But it brings up yet another question. What the fuck is a haircut? Okay. Well, a haircut is the percentage difference between what an asset is worth relative to how much a lender will recognize of that value as collateral. So if you go to the bank, you have an ETF, you say, hey, I got this mutual fund investment and it's worth $1 billion on paper, and I want $100 million in the loan. And the bank goes and looks at it and says, well, okay, we see we've evaluated your assets. This is what Donald Trump is being, being charged for, um, even though he accepted the bank's evaluation of his assets. And they're saying, well, you got some real estate and you got some gold and you got some silver, you got some oil, and you have some other, you got some stock market funds that are invested in the Dow Jones, and you got Bitcoin. Well, we're not going to recognize that Bitcoin as having any value. So what that means is if the Bitcoin is 90% or 95% of your collateral value, they're saying, well, Bitcoin doesn't count for anything. So here's the other aspect of this as we go back to what the statement says. Collateral valuation for corporate notes or bonds will be updated to use a haircut value of 70%, up from 50%, in any ETF or other investment vehicle that includes Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency as an underlying investment will be subject to a 100% haircut. It just depends on what underlying means. It might mean if you have any Bitcoin whatsoever in your investment portfolio, you can't borrow money against it. You can't borrow fiat currency against it. It is no longer valid. So if you have other assets like corporate notes or bonds, you're going to get a haircut of 70% as opposed to 50%, meaning you're going to lose 70% of your value overnight. The date of this announcement is April 26th. The effective date is April 30th. April 30th is tomorrow. So going back actually to what Nader said, it makes more sense to me that it would be Tuesday, April 30th in the West, because that would be when this thing is implemented. Now, what does this all mean? It could mean a lot of things. And again, none of this is financial advice. None of this. If I had any Bitcoin, I would be selling it and trying to turn it into some other kind of asset. The problem with Bitcoin is it sometimes takes 50 hours or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days to get a transaction through. So anybody who just found out about this on April 26th, if they didn't act immediately, they're not going to be able to get out of their Bitcoin. They're stuck with their Bitcoin. Because unless you're a super huge investor with a lot of leverage, you're not going to get your transaction processed in time for this to be implemented. So, what's the likely what's first of all, what's the purpose of this? It appears to me that from my wild ass guess, it looks to me like the purpose of this announcement and the purpose of this new rule is to destroy the cryptocurrency market. It essentially means if Bitcoin goes to zero, the cryptocurrencies pretty much all go to zero because Bitcoin is the linchpin of the cryptocurrency market. So it's a way to collapse the market, basically saying we aren't going to loan you any money based on Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. As far as we're concerned, it doesn't have any value. Now, you might look at this and say, well, this is simply a way for the deep state douchebags to destroy the people's currency, to destroy a competitive financial instrument or a financial sector by basically saying if you invest in Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, you can lose everything because we can just say your stuff has no value. They could literally, banks or even the DTCC or the DTC could say, well, you already have $100 million loan and it was all based on the value of Bitcoin. Well, as of today, we consider that value to be zero. So you're in default right now, today. Any bank that has cryptocurrencies now is going to have to write off the value of those cryptocurrencies. See how that brings banks down? So this is a piece that has to be done if the stock market and the economy is going to be collapsed, which is what will bring on gold standard, the replacement currency, everything that we've been looking for. So is this a good thing or is it a bad thing? I don't know yet. I will have to talk to Mark Z about it. So I do not know yet quite what this means. But some things to consider in terms of cryptocurrencies. And again, I do not give financial advice. I'm only talking about my own personal situation. I have XRP and XLM. So their value could go to zero. Or does it? Because they're not necessarily cryptocurrencies. They're financial technologies that transmit financial information back and forth. So I don't even think that they're specifically defined as a cryptocurrency. There are a lot of cryptocurrencies that aren't actually cryptocurrencies. They're tokens or coins or shares in a technology or a product like NewGen was that actually produces something, creates something, and has a tangible value, as opposed to Bitcoin, which doesn't have any tangible value except the value that people give to it as a means of exchange. Now, funnily enough, that's what our entire financial system is based on. The supposedly solid, good fiat currency system is essentially the same thing. Money, those Federal Reserve notes, or whatever you have, the digits in your bank account, the only reason they have value is because we have an agreement that they have value. We agree it's value. $5 buys you this much stuff. Money is an agreement and nothing more. And they don't really want you to know that. So they are coming dangerously close to exposing it with this. I think they think only people in the financial world are going to notice this. So, there was another definition over on my Telegram, which is Mike Barra Chat. You can join that. And it says effective April 30th, 2024, the depository trust company is giving us a notice. They're telling us that their coverage for settlement risks in assets or securities that are not collateralized could be at risk in a market moving to real values. This is a response to BRICS. Corporate notes or bonds are moving from 50% to 70% haircut value. That means where before your cryptocurrency, say your Bitcoin, was valued at 50% of its stated public value, it's now only 30% of its stated public value. Or other bonds and things. Cryptocurrencies have a haircut value potential of 100%, and this includes Bitcoin. In other words, any asset going forward that is not backed by a commodity has a haircut value risk when the market resets to a new set of values based on real world assets. What we are being told could happen, what are we being told could happen after April 30th, 2024? A market reset across all sectors of the market, including 4X. So that kind of, in a way, redefines it. So what I think this might be telling us, and I'm just taking a wild ass guess here, is that a cryptocurrency collapse is going to lead the financial collapse. That's what I think they're setting up here. Now, will it happen tomorrow? I don't know. All I know is it can happen as of tomorrow. It can happen at any time. And on Jen's timeline, if it were to happen tomorrow with these new rules, if the cryptocurrency market collapsed, which then brought down banks like a series of dominoes going down, about a week from now would be about the amount of time it would take to go through all the public machinations and come up with a solution to this new financial crisis. So, shouldn't we start to see the smart people getting the F out of cryptocurrencies right now? Well, I would think so. Those that can probably will. So, what are we looking at here? Let's slide over to CoinMarketCap and take a look at the cryptocurrencies and see where they are at. Well, Bitcoin's down about 5% in the last 7 days. Ethereum's down about 1%. XRP's down 6%. Where's XLM? Stellar Lumens. Where is that one? There it is, right down there. It's ranked 31. It's down about 4%. But as you can see, they still have most of their value. Bitcoin is still got a price of 63,000 per Bitcoin per token. Ethereum is still up at 3,172. So nothing has happened yet. The fear greed index, though, that was way the hell over here in the greed, is now in neutral. Let's watch this over the next 24 hours. Also, this is interesting timing because Bitcoin just did the so-called halving. The last Bitcoin halving happened on April 19th of 2024, meaning Zach knows more about this. Zach Zerfas knows more about this than I do, but meaning that more Bitcoin hit the market. So you would expect the price of Bitcoin to start coming down. Right now, it's pretty stable, but this is the page to watch. Once Bitcoin begins to crash, this time it's possibly going to take a whole bunch of financial institutions, banks with it. That is a potentially scary thought. It is a potentially positive thought for us. Okay, about 700 people in the live stream today. Thank you for being here. In spite of Jen not being with us, by all means, please don't forget that you can pick up all of these shows over on mikebera.blogspot.com, where I record everything. You can also get links to my books, interviews I've done, like with Marina Sarin, all the recent shows, videos I've created. I don't know what this video is. Oh, the USS Omaha video? Okay. Calvine UFO video explaining that none of them are UFOs, and we got to focus on the real UFOs. My Ancient Aliens and JFK lecture, my books, my public appearances, got some of those scheduled. All this stuff is over at mikebera.blogspot.com because on Mike Bara 3 and Mike Bara 333, Some of you guys are over there. I take them down almost as soon as the show is over. Now, these all link over to the Rumble site, which is where you're going to pick up the show most of the time, but they go directly to Rumble. And we've got a bunch of viewers over there, a few questions linked up here. And Rumble is really cool because it's got this subscribe button down here, and you can subscribe to Real News Live, me and Jen, for $5 a month. It's a great way to support the channel. It's our favorite way for you to support the channel, and it helps us pay for the software, keep the shows going, pay our rent, that kind of thing. So just slide on down there. You can also do a Rumble rant. You can hit the $ button, or you can subscribe for a mere $5 a month. It is a really cool feature, and we really appreciate it. And please also hit the like button and subscribe to the channel over on Rumble. Also, please do not forget to visit our absolutely wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at the CBDgurus.com, where you can get all kinds of really super cool products for your health. CBD gummies, non-THC medicines made with the Miracle Gold, black seed oil, a bunch of cool stuff to help you with your health. Go over to the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, get this week's specials. And for all orders over $25, you receive 5 million Bolivar. Last week it was 500 dinar. This week you get 5 million Bolivar, which could be worth something someday if this transition to a new currency ever takes place. And you pick up this week's specials. There's a super full spectrum gummies. There's the skin lotion, which is really wonderful stuff. The immunity formula, the sleep gummies, full spectrum gummies, and some of the patriotic ladies wear, the lounge pajama pants, pajama bottoms. I like the ones better that have my face on them with the aliens, but Matt's taking those down. I got to get Matt over here to sell of course, they're real tank tops for the ladies. Got to get those on these pages. I've been talking about it forever. But the CBD Gurus, the CBDgurus.com, and go to the wholesale page. The discount code, I forgot, is ALIEN, ALIEN is the discount code to pick up some of this stuff. And it's great for you. They also have some pet oils and things like that you can use at the CBD Gurus. Speaking of pets, don't also forget you can slide on over to Mike Barra Pets at MikeBarraPets.com, where you can pick up a bunch of really cool, really healthy stuff for your doggies and your kitties and your horsies and anybody else in your family that really is important to you, including the humans. It's all based on healing qualities of a couple of different mushrooms. Coriolis versicolor mushroom, the reishi mushroom, there's deer antler shed antler powder, natural whole foods are all mixed together. I'm giving my cats the dry kibble. I'm giving Barkley a bunch of the mushroom-based medicinal treats. You just simply click on the Shop Now tab, go in and take a look. I'm giving Barkley the Mojos, which he loves. Every dog loves these freeze-dried liver Mojos with the Coriolis versicolor mushroom in them. The mush puppies, which are great for dogs. There's also the horses. That's mush ponies. Great treats for your horse. Keep them in really top shape. So I'm giving the mush puppies and the Mojos to Barkley, and he's running around like a young man again. He's a super sweet dog, and he's just got all kinds of energy, and he's moving very freely. There's the super sauce for cats, super sauce for dogs, and for the humans. You've got the same Coriolis versicolor mushroom-based immune system booster. You've got the Enforce Plus with it's the versicolor with the reishi, and you've got the Enforce Restore, which is great for your internal organs like your liver and your pancreas, and the Enforce Clarity for us older people who sometimes get lost in the thought and can't figure stuff out. There's some double chocolate chip treats. There's starter packs. There's all kinds of cool stuff over here, and it's separated for dogs and for cats and for horses and for humans. Just simply if you have any questions, send an email to Mike Barra Pets, all one word, at gmail.com, Mike Barra Pets at gmail.com. And Diana, who is a certified pet nutritionist, will help you figure out what are the best products that you might use on your ailing dog or cat or pony, and also can help you share her experience taking these medicines for her own illnesses for people. And they have done a phenomenal job, and they're helping more than one person that I know of recover from some very serious illnesses. So talk to Diana about it. She'll let you know. And just go to MikeBarraPets.com and it is all taken care of. Okay, so let's go to a few questions before we get out of here. We'll start over on Rumble. Why? Because they pay $5 a month, $5 a month to subscribe, and they get their questions answered first if anybody has any. Mama Lisa says hi, hi. Megan Angus, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, Mike, does this coincide with BRICS being at war economically with the US? Yeah, well, that's the point that I was making. It absolutely does. So, what they're saying is, okay, this is a push by the DTCC by changing their rules of exchange. It's a push to force investors to basically into asset-backed securities. That's what it appears to be to me. Annabelle's mom, they're asset-backed. Story on Real Raw News about it. I wouldn't trust them too much. Were hundreds of bankers arrested and taken to Gitmo last week, as reported by Sky Prince? Not that I know of. Not that I know of, but I haven't asked, and I don't know. That would be a great question for Jen next week when she gets back, although she's not going to be back on Monday. She's also taking Monday off. So Monday, Wednesday, Monday, she's not going to be with us again. Okay, let's slide back over to the YouTube side of the house and take some questions. There's Jen. Good morning. Christine's here. Laura Mills. Ron Davidoff or Davidoff. Vince and Jackie. Hey, Mike. I sure enjoyed the way you explained how we felt to Jan when she was on Whiskey and Wisdom last week and did awesome. Thank you. That was with Dr. Jan. It was not my intention to get in her face. It was my intention to stand my ground and let anybody who follows her understand and know that it's time to start moving on this. And maybe some of the movement we're seeing has something to do with that. I hope so. It would be a small contribution that I could make to this. If I could push them towards action sooner rather than later, even by a couple of days, it would be a huge accomplishment. Christine Packer says, Jen, go enjoy yourself on your day off. Hello, handsome Mike. Well, I like hearing that. Jen says lies. Jen doesn't love us. No, she does love us. She loves all of us. Yeah, once again, Whiskey and Wisdom Patriot. I love the Whiskey and Wisdom with Mark Z. Someone needed to tell someone how unhappy the people are. Yeah, the thing is, the elites, the white hats, they can live in a bubble and not appreciate how bad things are for the rest of us and how close we are to the boiling point is what I was trying to emphasize. Did my bondholder get paid? No, but we just got that information from Jen. Remember what Jen said in the little Gentel update she sent me. Money's moving, but not on our tier. Bond people payments 1% going on. So if that's going on, he'll be in one of those groups. There's a lot of bondholders, so it may take a day or so to get to him. But if that happens, I will announce it over on the Mike Barra chat Telegram, and probably not anywhere else. So, how does Nader get information? Well, he's Iraqi and he knows a lot of people in Iraq. He also knows some bankers. Happy Rafi is here. Hi, Mike. My family in Manila, Philippines are currency holders. Any idea how they exchange and which bank? Here, no, I don't know about the situation in the Philippines. It is a country I have a lot of connection to and appreciation of. But trust me, the whole world is supposed to be in on this. So if they are awake and aware, they will find out what they need to go take care of what they need. What the heck is on that table near you? That's Hecklefish. That is Hecklefish from the White Files, which is a great show about all things paranormal. And it's a goldfish with human teeth that heckles the host, AJ. So that is a hecklefish plushie. And he talks. Let me see. He talks. Let me see if I can get him to talk here.
What I said. I will be a strict but fair lord of these lands, and my serfs will come to idolize me. The moon landing was fake.
He says a lot of things that Hecklefish says on the show.
Lizard people! Lizard people!
Yeah, he's afraid of lizard people. So that's what that is. Okay. First May Day, May the 1st, then a fortnight, May 6th. I think Wimpy, that's Pimpy, I think. US White Hats are holding it up because they won't flip the switch on 2020 and Brandon. Yeah. Yeah, it's time to. Mike, do you know if the EU coins and Mexican coins are going to be included in the exchange? I would assume so. All local currencies should be exchangeable for the new currencies. Jules, we explained what a haircut cut is, and a Bitcoin it could be. So they know Bitcoin is on its way out. Yeah, Jen, I'm trying to remember. Didn't somebody say that Bitcoin was going to have no value when everything happened? Yeah, everyone will dump their Bitcoin. It hasn't started yet, but that's the first thing to watch for. Once the Bitcoin dumping happens, this time it should bring about the rest of the financial collapse. I hate to say it. No, you don't. But Gentel confirmed on the get out of Bitcoin warning. Yep. Yep. Took about 6 weeks longer than when you first called it, but it does appear to be happening, and it's fueled by the DTCC, Depository Trust Clearinghouse Corporation. Christopher Iverson says it's specific to that particular asset in their portfolio. Various assets have always been subject to the haircut. This will definitely put pressure on cryptocurrencies. Okay, Chris, thank you. So I think what he's saying is it's not going to bring the whole ETF value to zero, just the portion that has Bitcoin in it. But even that can be devastating. It's like the Twin Towers. Once you lose 40% of the structural strength and you're heating up with the fires, the rest of the steel beams, they're eventually going to weaken by another 5 or 10%, and then they're going to collapse. Same thing, same symbolism with the banks. When they say bonds get 50 or 70% haircut, do they include US Treasury bonds? I don't know that specifically. That's a good question for Chris. Chris says, Batman, bonds have a letter rating, and each rating category has its own haircut rate. That's what the B1, B2, B3. Well, what it says is that their haircut is now going to be not 50%, but 70%, which weakens that asset even more. Since Bitcoin is not asset backed, it is not looking like it will be part of the new currencies. No, but XRP and XLM, I guess, might be. We're speculating here. Yeah, you're 100% spot on. You can't use it against a loan. People in the financial world don't have a clue what's going on, says Scott Ferguson. I have asked many. Wow, it's going to come as a big shock then. They should read those memos from the DTCC. Okay, a little more from Batman. In the move from 50% to 70%, they are pushing investors in a particular direction. So they are trying to prop up the value of bonds, including treasury bonds. They're trying to tell people if you have a portfolio that includes Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, get out of it. Interesting. So this might be a black hat thing. With Nassar, how much of the DTCC will be dissolved to include returning of our birth certificate trust? Yes, I think that's could be the basis of the trust that you end up with at the Treasury. Gabriel says there are 4 cryptocurrencies that will survive. Wow, Jen, we're getting Gentel even though you're on vacation. This is awesome. XRP, XLM, and Ethereum. I can't hear the others. Well, that's 3. I have all 3. We do not give financial advice on this show, Jen. It's just wildly speculating. The asset-backed cryptos will survive. She's not sure on that info. And we do not give financial advice on this show, neither does Jen. I do too, also have XRP and XLM. Is there a crypto which starts with an S? Yes, Shiba Inu. Not Dogecoin. We know that. Okay, NorCal girl again. By putting this out now, does it justify allow the U.S. to pay less than 100% for fully matured U.S. Treasury bonds dumped by foreign countries? Ooh, that's a good question. Solana, yeah, Solana or Shiba. Stellar is XLM. It's the same thing. Uh, yeah, a bunch of people chiming in on that stuff. Maybe it starts with a C. Cardano. It wouldn't be a hard C though. Sounds more like Shimba, Shiba Inu. Mike, are there any UFO shows in Florida? There's usually one in Orlando, but I never get invited to that one. There, I'm never going to be invited again to another conference sponsored by Gaia, and they sponsor most of the big ones now. Because I completely tore apart their fake alien mummy scam and their Stanley Kubrick fake moon landing scam. So I'm out with them, which is fine by me because they won't survive. Those that tell the truth will survive, not the fake ones. I think Asia uses HSBC. Okay, see if there's any questions. Didn't Wolvie make some comment about banker staff members causing trouble and delays that they were hauled off to Gitmo? He might have. He might have. Thomas Klein says, Mike, really like your views and rant on last week's whiskey and wisdom. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jen says, I don't know fully how to be on vacation. Well, you're on vacation now because I'm going to wrap this up. Let me just check real quick if there's any new questions over there on Rumble. David Murtos, Mike, Little Ray Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Mike, one day, can you explain in detail how the birth certificate thing works? Yeah, I've done that before. Maybe I'll do that on Wednesday. Maybe I'll do a educational show Wednesday since I don't have any Gen. That sounds like an idea. I'll tell you the secret history of the United States. Have I watched the Fallout show? No, I haven't. Dave has, I think, my brother. Did I see that awful interview that Stern did with Biden? No. Howard Stern should just go ahead and get a sex change to a woman because he's become a grandma. And we're still within our fortnight period that Jen talked about, right? That's right. We have till next Monday, and Jen says it is still on schedule. Okay, guys, that is going to wrap it up. I don't know how go to we. Okay. Did I hear from another site that a lot of bankers meeting at Reno were arrested and hauled off to get Mount? Yeah, we hear that stuff all the time. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I am going to be back a little later today with a new Seahawks video over on the Seahawk Boys Fearless and Brilliant. Actually, I think I've just changed the name to Seahawk Boys TV. Seahawk Boys. Let's see if we get that in there. Yeah, there we are. There's our channel. Oh, wow. Mike, shut up. Shut up. I created this a couple weeks ago and actually about a month ago. And there it is. It is the Seahawk Boys TV. Show it, Mike. Show it. Seahawk Boys TV over now. It's also called the Seahawk Boys Fearless and Stupid NFL channel, but I decided to change that because we're not stupid. We're really smart. Me and Dave. It's mostly me, but it's also Dave. So go over to YouTube and subscribe to that channel. You don't have to watch the videos if you're not into football. I don't blame you. It just gives me something else to occupy my mind and occupy my time. I'm going to be doing a video up there later, a live stream where I redraft the 2024 NFL draft and take the players that I would have taken. And guess what? 2 or 3 years from now, we're going to be able to compare who's smarter, me or Seahawks general manager John Schneider. I'll give you a hint. It's me. Okay. It's me. Also, please do not forget to get over to Twitter X and follow me, Mike Barra 333, and also Seahawk Boy Mike over on Twitter. Maybe I can just slide over there and do that as well. Because I'm just trying to get enough engagement. There I am, Seahawk Boy Mike Barra. Enough engagement to get people funneled to the new channel and funneled to the the Twitter X account, and I'm going to try to keep politics and everything else completely out of this account. That's what my other Twitter X account is for, Mike Barrett 333. So that's what I'm doing. No shameless plug for me. Oh, well, Jen, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I guess I can tell you that you can find Jennifer Falah Doring over on jenniferfalah.com. You can also go to YouTube and check her out on Jennifer Falah Doring, and Philosophy on Telegram, and Jennifer Falah Doring on Telegram, and Philosophy Chat on Telegram. And I guess I will go ahead and do the shameless Jennifer Falah plug because I love her. And we will share this tab instead. And get it up here on the screen. There we go. And take down that plug and slide on down. And let's see what sales she's got on. She's got 1 hour phone reading for 99 and the medical reading. And I think there is another reading. Where is it? Jen's messaging me on 2 different platforms. Share my birthday. Okay. Okay. Birthday sale. Okay. 1 hour for the price of a half an hour, $99. 1 hour phone reading with Jen, $99 medical reading, 30-minute phone reading. Wow, that's great. $99. So you get a 1 hour phone reading with Jen. You can ask her any question you want. And again, her accuracy is uncanny. In January of last year, she told me I was moving the last week of August. At that time, it was impossible. And all this money showed up, and I bought a new house and moved the last week of August, literally to the day. Jen nailed it. She knows what she's talking about. $99 sale. Buy now. Click the buy now button and get Jen some money for her birthday. And also subscribe on Rumble. That will help. We will appreciate it, and everybody will be happy. You know, I live in Las Vegas, and it's lots of fun, but it would be more fun if I had more money. That's all I'm saying. It would actually be fun if I just maybe I should drive Uber. I don't know. Do something to get some extra money. All right, guys, that's it. That's the news update. Thanks for being here. I think these are all indications that something is beginning to happen. And frankly, if stuff starts to move on the cryptocurrency market, if it starts to fall tomorrow when these new rules are implemented, wow, that could start everything going, and it could put us right on track for Jen's schedule of next Monday. So we'll see. I'll see you guys on the Toxically Masculine Tuesday show tomorrow night with Brooks and Blake, and I'm going to bring this subject up and broach it to them too, because it'll be on the day, and we'll see if there's a collapse going on, and I want to get their opinions because that's a straight news story. That is a straight news story that we should talk about. So we will do that, and I'll be back on Wednesday without Jen once again. Sad face. We'll go over the secret history of the United States and get to how the birth certificate bond became a thing. All right, that's my promise. Get on over to Seahawk Boys TV and subscribe over there on YouTube. And I'll be back later to do a Seahawks video. And again, just subscribe, like the videos, comment, even if the comment is, hey, this is great, Mike, or something like that. And watch the videos maybe on your phone while you're working. Just put one of my Seahawk Boys videos on and just let it run so it gets a view, even if you're not paying attention to it. I'd appreciate it a lot because that's a channel I could actually monetize. I'll never be able to monetize my political alien content channels. All right, thanks for being here. I'll see you guys back on Wednesday and see a lot of you, I hope, tomorrow night. Toxically Masculine Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern with Brooks and Blake. See you then. Bye-bye.